Yes, yes, mic check. Bloody hell. Hello everyone. If you can hear me, hopefully you can all hear me. So, let me just tighten this mic up. So this is really embarrassing, but I just spent half an hour trying to get my sound card to work. I reinstalled the drivers and everything. For some reason it was outputting no sound whatsoever. And for the life of me I couldn't work it out. I was restarting everything, I reinstalled the drivers, I unplugged everything, plugged it back in, my MacBook kept crashing, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? I really don't understand what's going on. And it turns out having this little cable, which you might not be able to see, is a charger for my vape in my USB hub, was crashing the Mac and was making the sound card not work. The most mental combination that you could have thought of. It wasn't until I unplugged everything and one by one went back in and thought, what's breaking it? Yeah, so that was interesting. That was very interesting. Let me just drop a hospital message and get them to share this, hopefully. Let's do that, let's do that. Loads of submissions, as usual. Very, very cool. A massive list here. So hopefully we'll just fire through them off the bat. I'm just setting up still. Talks amongst yourselves. Right. Cool, 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 cool. Barbecues, LA Siren. Yeah, I can't believe it. I cannot believe a vape cable was taking out my whole bloody studio setup. Can you believe that? I think for some reason it's not streaming to any of the other platforms. Oh, hello, hello. Yeah. Freeze up. I'm using Restream to stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same time, but I've been having some issues recently. So I'm just logging in quickly to check. Oh, it is. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. The API needs reconnecting apparently, so it's glitching out. So I'm just allowing privileges again for YouTube and Facebook. Why is it that everything works absolutely perfectly? When you're not streaming, and then as soon as you press go live, everything breaks. I'm not the only one that must experience that. Let's reconnect that one as well. Oh, so Mark, you're back on YouTube. That's good. That's good. Yeah, the vape cable's back out. Look, we've got a new light as well. Say hello to the multicolour light. It's changing colour by itself. See, all this effort I'm putting in, and Restream fails me. Right, final checks. Sorry for keeping you waiting. It's all about ambient lighting, man. Alright, it looks like we're good. It looks like we're back online on all channels. Restream, if you are ever watch this, you're pretty shit, but you're the cheapest out of the bunch to do multi-platform streaming, so fair play. Okay, good. We are live. Everything's working as it should. Hopefully the internet stays. I've even upgraded my internet a little bit, so I'll get a better upstream. Should be more stable these days. I'm just going to jump straight in it. Let's just click whatever was. I think these were sent. Some of these were sent today. Let's just go. Let's go. Let's go. Let me know if the audio's okay, because that probably don't work either at the moment.
Each minute of waiting will seem like an hour. The wait is made as pleasant as possible. Some of the men just sit and grow more nervous as the minutes go by. Waiting. The minutes go by. Waiting. And suddenly...
What a lovely start. Nice one, Jake Flicker. What a lovely start to the show. Thank you so much for sending that bad boy in. That was really nice, man. Really enjoyed that. For those of you that are wondering why I keep leaning in, you're probably not, but I'm going to tell you. It's because I've got this little new toy. Look. I'm going to show you anyway. And I'm A/B testing between the two speakers, as you can see here. I've got two sets, and I like to just do a little A/B. Test the mids on the Adams. Test the bottom end on the Dyne Audios. Back in there we go. Yeah, so big penis, what? Thank you very much. Oh, big knob. Good one. Yeah, so I really enjoyed that. I did write down a few notes as I was listening. So the bass guitar, there's like a bass guitar in the second half, I think, or some sort of bass sound. It clashes with the sub in terms of frequency. I think you've got both notes playing at the same time, so it clashes a little bit. Musically, I'd like to see the piano a little bit more in the middle of the tune, like in the actual rolling parts of the track. There was a really nice piano in the breakdown I thought could have been used again. Drums need to be a bit brighter. They're a little bit loosey, righty-tighty. They need to be tightened up a little bit. The kick was a little bit harsh, a little bit hard. I think that's the right word. A little bit hard, a little bit like a hammer. And the snare as well, I thought was a bit harsh. So drums need a little bit of work, but nice tune, nice arrangement, very nice sub. I just feel like maybe watch those bass notes clashing. It might even be like the release of note just overlapping into another note, the release of a hit or something. And yeah, consider using that piano again because it was very, very nice. All right, let's have a little look at what chat room lot are saying. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? It's all love usually. So yes. Right. Jazzy vibes. Yes. Ben Rolo. Perspective. Loving those scatty drums and the bass. Yep. Cyran, the Ram, Captain Ram. He says great vibes. Liking the idea. Some drums need tightening as it sounds like layers are clashing with timings. A bit loose. Yeah, some lovely sounds here. Athena. A slight click on that waiting vox, I think. A slight click. That needs fading. That's a good attention to detail there. Yeah. Oh, and you've only started this today. Fair play. So that's really good going. That's a lot of work. Yeah. So I can't really say shit at the moment because you've only worked on it for a day. So that would be harsh. Yeah, everyone thinks it's good. Similar feedback. What else? Digital native. Hello, mate. Like the drums, feel as though they could have a more snappy or top cymbally layer. Cymbally. That's a new word. Cymbally layer. A shaker layer, I agree, to give them a little more top end. Yeah, I was thinking it actually. Could do with a bit more top end on the hats. Wicked. Let's move on. Thanks for sending that one in. Let's move straight on to something else. I'm spinning the wheel. Ooh. Loading. First one on the night. And it's a dead track. Standard. It's got to happen once. Right, I'm not even looking for the replacement link. Can't be bothered. Where was that one? Let's delete that. What is it called? Wood Tech. Aha! That was meant to be Waiting for the Night by Depeche Mode. Wood Techca remix. Okay. Next. Oh, come on! You fuckers stop changing your SoundCloud links. Right. What's the F? What does all the F? You know what it is? People send tracks to labels, right? They'll send you a demo in an email and say, please listen to my tracks. You go to listen to it 3 days later and it's been removed. Why have you removed it? Oh, well, because no one listened to it in 3 days. Fuck off. Next. Hey! Athena!
Just control. Just control.
Lovely. That was really, 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 really nice. Really, really, really nice. Full disclosure, I've already asked Athena to send me some tunes for the Fat because she got skills, but that's not why I played that. That was a random roulette. That was really good. Really, really good. There are a few things for me I thought that you could consider. But firstly, I thought the intro was sick and that little vocal sample was really good. But the main thing that stood out for me was the little piano. I don't know if you played it or it's a sample, but it's like a little run that loops. I thought that was absolutely lush. So awesome work there. I have got here, there's not much feedback because it's really good. The first bass note when it drops, it does a little hit and goes down. It sounds slightly out of key. I think it's a sample. I am guessing. I don't know if it is, but I think it's a sample and I think it's slightly out of key. I'd have to listen to it again to be sure. To be double sure. The second thing was the second half. I felt like could do with a bit of a switch up, and I don't know what that entails, but I just think you could change the drop, maybe strip it back, or maybe try going in slightly different key. Who knows? I don't know what that would look like. I just felt like it didn't need to be the same again. But overall, really good. Of course, there are technical elements that can always be polished on any tunes. But I'm not really here to comment on that stuff because I'm not technical enough. So yeah, overall I think really good track. There's just a couple of things I would look at and reconsider. Let's have a little look at the cheeky chat. See what everyone is saying. I've got to write a message when the next tune starts because there's a lot of comments here and I forget where the start is. So I'm going to do a little emoji in a minute. In fact, I'm going to do one right now. Should bounce on the screen still, hopefully. Where's the face? Eee. Right, so, yeah, lovely piano from Ben Rollo. Ben Rollo, you make tunes. 96. Does that mean you're born in 1996? Is that your username? Fucking hell. You lot are young. Proper vibes fitting in with the pick. What's the pick? Yeah. Nice. Seaside vibes. How to get feedback. You need to send your track into the live stream channel on the Mike Kiss Discord server, which at the moment is private, and it's not me being an arse. There are 5 or 6 people on there that are that have the ability to send out invitations, including myself, because it was getting a little bit overrun with just people dropping in, not really contributing anything to the forum, and then just dropping tunes and swerving it. And I don't want it to become that type of place. I'd rather there were less people in there. We've got a really, really, really good community in there, and I want to keep it that way. So someone might very kindly send you a link. Right. What else we got? This is honestly a gem. That's from TZ, who's been sending in some good tunes recently. Elk says nice. Bass pattern is so good. Perspective. I'm a sucker for pitch vocals. Elk, being picky here, but I feel the little think break vocal snippet comes in too often. Okay. Siran, Captain Ram, the Ram Man says, great vibes, your basses need gluing together. I'll have to read out his comments because he's clearly very technical and knows his shit. Great vibes, your basses need gluing together. All the different ones that come in are a bit different in terms of low end frequency content and volume, I would add. Bus and glue with multiband compression will really tighten it up nice. Yes, very good idea. Proper lush, solid tune. Good, all good feedback as you'd expect. And listen, if it gets played on the show, go for our first dibs. Them the rules, man. That's the T's and C's. Just by watching it, you are bound contractually to release anything we want. That's just how it works, man. That's just how it works. Right, maybe throw an ARP in. Yeah, maybe. Second half, you see. So an arpeggiator could do it. Second half, you could switch up a little bit. Bring in an ARP. Pull back the piano. Go a little bit more tech. Anyway. Right. Oh, yeah, the new Goldfett release is from someone born post-2000. I didn't even think of it like that. Jesus Christ. That's really true. That's really true, isn't it? There are cats older than that boy. And he's already releasing tunes. Okay. Then that is 20 years old, to be fair. But yeah, no, Lenniz has got skills. New Lenniz coming on Goldfett. This is making me feel old. I'm 30 next year. I'm 34. You can fuck off. Right, next tune. Next tune. I'm in that mid-generation. Right. let's just get it out of the way now. I think you could have you could have filtered some of the sounds every now and then throughout that, just to give it that super liquid vibe. What's playing now? You can go away. Yeah, that's, I've waited till, that's half an hour, 40 minutes. I haven't said the word filter. Have you noticed? So, guitar samples, lush, man. Really like that. And I know it's not that popular anymore to use guitar samples in D&B. So, especially those little acoustic Craig David guitar vibes, which I really like. So that was very cool. I thought the arrangement was spot on. Lovely track, lovely keys, nice vocal sample. I did notice someone said it's from Splice, which is fine. We've all used Splice. If it's wholesale, and you haven't affected it too much, and that might be something to consider, because Splice is such a limited sample bank that people spot it so easily. But that don't matter really. If it's a good tune, it's a good tune. But people will always be, they'll pick that. Oh, I know that sample. So that's something to consider. In terms of the drums, I thought they need a little bit of reverb. They need to sit in the mix a little bit more comfortably. And I think you could send the drums to a group create a send FX channel, send the drums to it, whack a reverb on it, do minimum room, minimum decay, as low as you can, full mix, 100% wet, and then mix that channel back into the drum group ever so slightly. EQ the bottom end off of that channel as well. Roll off the bottom, so it's just the mids and tops of the verb. And then just bring it back just under. It just gives you more control that way, rather than throwing a whole reverb insert on your drum group. You won't have the same amount of control. You won't be able to use the 100% wet, so the reverb will never sound the same. You can then automate reverb as well when you do that. You can even filter the verb. Filter the verb! There are lots of different things you can do when you use sends. So I would suggest that on the drums to make them just sit in the mix a little bit nicer. The only other thing I had was maybe step up with a break. Second half of the tune, bring in like in the background a little drum break. That was it, man. I thought it was really good, really summery, really nice tune, an absolute vibe. I think that will go down really well, really well. Good stuff, man. Thank you for sending that in. Let's have a little looky at the comments. I like looking at the comments. Let's just see where the tune started. Bloody hell, I was miles away. Peng. Peng, peng, peng. Year 7's making absolute heat. I think they're talking about Yennis. Lenny's. Okay. The bass is so warm, very soulful indeed. Love the vocals on this one from Flicker. Such a nice rounded sound. Lush. That's my word, mate. Don't try it. Vox and bass. Hashtag Vox and bass. Is that a thing? Yeah, there it was. The only problem I have, this is Dr. Apollo. The only problem I have is the vocal is from Splice and it's pretty unchanged. Dare I say a bit of filtering would go nicely. See? All about the filter, man. Yeah, doesn't bother me one bit if it's from Splice, works so well. That's the thing, if it works, it works. It doesn't really matter. It's only, people will point it out. And if that don't bother you, then who gives a shit? If you say filter you have to drink, that was me. That is true. Shots all round. Right. What else? I think someone talking about detune it. Maybe that's detuning the vocal. Siran the Ram Man, Captain Ram. Like this, it's a nice vibe. Can't quite put my finger on it, but something feels off on the drums. I think it's the snare. It's very synthetic sounding and feels out of place with the rest of the sound. Maybe switch for a more rim shot sound. All about the rim. Rim shot. Jesus Christ, I'll set that one up. I was actually thinking Rimshot 2, yes. Interesting. Something about the snare. Okay, all good. All good. Horn is great. Yeah, some good feedback here. Definitely worth, if you are watching, I think it's Dan. Dan DPR? Is it the same DPR? I'm not entirely sure, actually. Maybe there's 2 DPRs. Because I swear the logo is different, and I swear the other one says Dan DPR. Right. How can I send music for feedback? 1996. He was born in 96 as well. No, sorry. You're too young. You have to be 20... How old are you? You have to be 25. So, no, you can get it on Discord. Someone will send you a Discord invite if you ask really nicely, and then you can just submit your tune on there. Right. There's something about hospital artists and plants. Listen, I had the plant first, man. My plant is not just for my show. My plant is part of my studio. Look how old it is. That is not a gimmick, or that is not to make my stream look better. That is part of this room. So take that back. Right. Let's move on. What's next? Roulette. Nivation. I haven't been saying the track names, have I? This is by Aiden, and this is called Nivation. Nivation. That was decent, man. Really like that. Where are my notes at? That was cool. That was cool. And you look young too, so that's interesting. That's good, man. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Yeah. There's some wicked edits. I really like some of the drum cutouts in the first half. I thought they were really clever. Very dance floor. Very nice. Very nice. The reverbed out vocal is lovely. Really like that. I did think you used it a bit too much, personally. You could have had a bit more restraint on it. I thought the snare was banging. The snare was good. And let's be honest, that's the hardest part. The kick, though, was flabby like my belly. I felt like it was a little bit... It was very bassy. It needs tightening. So maybe some transient shapeage will help. Maybe changing the kick. I just felt it was a bit flabby. I don't know if that's the right word. It's not a technical term. But overall, really, really, really nice. Really nice. There was a nice kind of arp in the middle going on. You could fuck about with that a little bit. Got bags of potential. Definitely keep working it. But you know, don't be scared to hold off on that vocal. Use it more sparingly. And when it is used more sparingly, it has more impact when it comes in and out. That's what I will say. Right. It was a good snare, man. It was a good snare. There's one thing that stood out. It could have been louder, but it was a good snare. Right. A louder, flabby kick, though. Sort out that kick, man. Right. Flicker. Nice warm bass. Dr. Apollo. Nice. Flicker. Like the way it drops. Smooth as. This reminds me of Farley. I don't know who that is. Like the syncopated piano. Yeah, that was cool. Good rhythm on that. Could date that rim shot. It was a good rim shot. Can you send me that rim shot? Thank you. I own that now as well. So you got to send it to me. It's in the T's and C's. Shaker could come up a bit and use a bit more stereo. Yeah. Could definitely bring in some variation with the arps. That's from Magi Music. Siran, Captain Ram, the Ram Man says, it'd be nice if the bass opened out a bit to keep variety. Yeah. Like the piano progression. Nice open of the F word throughout the track. I don't get that one. A nice open of the F word throughout the track. Okay, I'll come back to that. I'm missing something there. What else we got? Make it weave in and out. I think you're talking about the ARP. Love the gassy vocal stab. I do. Feels like you've used a convolution reverb with some mad settings on it. Let me know. Let us know in the comments. Sounds good on my tablet. That's good. That's hard to do. This is a really good one. Maybe too many vocal chops yet. Kind of feel like the drums could have a lot more weight. Could have a lot more weight to them given the deeper rolling vibe of the track. I don't know. The kick felt like it had too much bottom end in it to me and not punchy enough in the right frequency. You're listening on the soundbar though, aren't you? I know that. Give me those piano chords sooner. Maybe a little less reverb at some point. Some really good feedback here. Some really good feedback. Lovely vibe. Lovely vibe. I think the piano's pushed in the mix a bit too much as well. Push back in the mix. Bring it forwards. All good, all good, all good. Okay. Aidan and Etherwood collab. Oh, so for anyone, I've realised for anyone watching on Facebook or YouTube, your comments don't come through. Thank you for leaving comments, but they don't actually come through to this chat because I'm using Restream and it's glitching out today. So I only see comments from people on Twitch. So I'm not ignoring you. It's just that I don't even get them. Man doesn't even... Oh, is it... did I say fuck? Not enough fucks throughout it. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right, someone just tell me the fucking joke then. Oh, filter. You bastard. Yeah. I'm trying to not. I'm just trying to not use the word filter. I'm trying to just know that you should filter. If you're going to send tunes in here, they better have a filter on it. Is all now. That's the default, so I don't even say it anymore. Right. So there's too much gas in. Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. Oh, go on. Woodtecker. The guy's link that didn't work earlier, he sent me a private message, I think, or a message somewhere with an updated link very quickly. So I appreciate that. So I am going to play it because fair play to you for tuning in and fair play for quickly getting me a link that works. So, you know, you're remixing Depeche Mode here, though. So the expectation's high. We weren't even playing the right fucking tune. I'm not even drunk this week either. I'm cutting it short. That's no disrespect to your remix. It's 6 minutes 30, and I've heard enough to give some feedback on it. Fair play for remixing Depeche Mode. That's very brave, especially doing a D&B remix. That actually really grew on me. I'll be honest with you. At first, I wasn't impressed or happy about it. I have to be honest. But as it went on, I actually started getting to some of the 80s vibes, and I could hear how it could sound if you got it right. And it could actually be quite vibey. It's obviously, you can see by the waveform that it's limited. I don't know why it's so limited to hell. Oh wait, my cat's at my door. So you even upset the cat. 1 second. Come on. Yeah. Just chill out though, yeah? The mic cat. Yeah, it's. I don't know why you've limited it so much. Was it just to send it to get as loud as you can? I don't know, but it's absolutely crushed to shit. So it's very hard to hear anything really. No sub, no bass whatsoever. That was my girlfriend. That wasn't a cat. You sounded like the cat. What are you doing? She's coming back out now. Go on, you have her. Mine is my cat doing meows. My girlfriend's now meowing. They're having a meow competition. What's wrong with you people? Go away. Yeah, so it was convincing. Where is she? Anyway, sorry, I'm getting lost. Yeah, there's no sub whatsoever. There's no bass. I don't know why there's no bass in it. There's really no bass. And there's a little there's like a driving bass you could have done that would have been really cool. The arrangement is a bit shot, and it's messy. There's some bits where the sample isn't cut tightly or in time, where the loop is and the drums are clashing with the original. Yeah, man. But it grew on me. What are you doing? It grew on me, and I think. Come and say hello, Dylan. Stop being an off. Where's Hugh Hardy? Put the cat off. Say hello then. I think. Yeah, there is actually something there though. You could actually make a tune out of that, is what I was going to say. And yeah. But thank you for sending that in, and thank you for sending me a new link. Let's move on. Oh no, let's quickly see what the comments are saying. Go on. Right. Sounds like a metric track taken back to the 80s. Definitely feel good 80s flip. All about that Vice City aesthetic. Get you Hardy on the phone now. Yeah. TZ. If this came on Heart Radio, you'd bop, no question. Heart Radio. Be right back. Got to go buy a white Ferrari. Love it. There's some funny comments here for sure. One for the goth D&B heads, if there is such a thing. I don't know about goth. More new romantic. Love this vibe. Aha, take on me. Once you hear it, you can't unhear it. That is 100% accurate. Please, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I was gonna say do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, there's some really John B type of vibes. There's a touch of John B. I hear that. Okay, let's move on. Replace the kick with a meow. What's the... okay. Oh shit. Mazrek by Elk. No doubt another 16-year-old. That one and the Athena one, my two favourite today, I have to say. Some technical elements aside, when we're just going on vibe and vibe alone, I thought this one was one of the better of today. Really enjoyed it. Lots of potential indeed. There's a couple of things I thought throughout. The bass was nice, quite wide. The bass sound, it was more like a deep mid bass. Was nice, but I feel like you need a more powerful, a more upfront sub behind it. I'm going to use the word flabby again. It was a little bit flabby. So I feel like you need a more solid bass driving that. Take some bottom out of that kind of mid bassy sound you've got and glue it together with a bit of compression and whatnot, and just really get the tune driving, really get it going. The arpeggiator, I'm not at the start of the tune, I swear you switched it up on purpose, like the timing of it in the intro. I thought that was quite cool if it was intentional, but it does continue quite a lot throughout. I felt like you could have dropped that back a little bit. I think the drums need a little bit of love, bit of polish, bit of brightness, but absolute vibe. And this is the feedback vibe sessions. That's what I'm going to change the name to, because it's not about getting too technical. Very good, man. Thank you so much for sending that in. I really like that, and I very much want to hear the finished version of that track because it had bags of potential. What I would say is, maybe I was a little bit harsh on the Depeche Mode remix, because thinking back, it's very difficult for anyone to send in a tune and put it up to public opinion like that, especially stuff you're working on or you're new to making beats. So it takes a lot of bravery to do it. So, you know, take a lot of people's comments with a pinch of salt, because they might not even be brave enough to send their own tunes in. So fair play to you for sending it in. It did grow on me, but yeah, needed some work. But it's a good idea, man. It's a good track to remix. So, you know, don't take me being cocky about it as too literally, because I do think you're very brave for sending it in. And I appreciate anyone making music, whatever is subjective, good, bad, whatever. The fact you're making beats is wicked, and that is what it is all about, making it for the passion. So, fuck what anyone says anyway, that's what I think. I don't care who it is. Right. Let's have a little look at the comments. Let's roll back. But yeah, that last one, Mazrek and Athena on that definitely, man. That's probably my favourite of the day. I'll probably do one more. I should probably throw in one of my own tunes with some feedback, because I do want to get your feedback. So I might quickly throw one in, if you don't mind, before the last one. I'm just trying to find where the start of the comments were. No kick challenge. Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, actually, if you join our Discord channel, private server, I think there's about nearly 200 of us now in there, drum and bass heads. We do have a competition on the go until August, and it's a no kick drum challenge. You got to make a track without a kick drum. You can't use a tom drum either. There is some very specific rules. And the winner, announced on August 18th, will get a Goldfat hoodie, which is brand new and exclusive. No one else has it. It's not for sale, and it's the pattern, the logo pattern. It's wicked. So join us. Please enter the challenge. There's loads of us taking part. Lots of very good producers. Lots of new producers. You know, from all across. I'm gonna throw one in myself, if you know, all being well. So, yeah, man, get involved. Right. Maybe a bit of verb on the vocals. That's from Aiden. This is his last one. Siran says, take out the vocal, but just use snippets of it. The string section that you have come in is powerful enough. Use it more often in the tune, as it's a nice main element. Love that skippy sound. Drum seemed a little low in the mix to me. Yep. Sounds great, apart from the mix down stuff. Good chops. Sick wobs. That mid bass wob is sick. Would bring out the top end on some elements, not on the drums. That's from Rosfresh. Hello, mate. Overall, it sounds a bit dull. The vocals in particular would benefit from a bit more shimmer. Yeah, some really good feedback here, man. Really good feedback. Congos. Someone's saying use some congos. Never enough congos in tunes. Right. Yeah, please send me that one when you're finished. Love it. Gold Flab. Yeah. Flabby this week, filter next week. Want to become famous, buy followers, primes and views. Thanks for that comment, mate. Right. Okay. Carl, 161 in the Mike Kiss Discord channel. So it's a decent community. Should have done a blind tasting. Yeah. No. Is it okay that I send in a tune in that's already out? I really want your thoughts and no. You can if you want, but all right. No, because you know everyone else's tune, so you should know it's my tune. Just don't be too pussy to give your honest feedback, basically. Just because I'm watching it. Just be honest. Thing is, it ain't going to bother me what you say, because I'm arrogant. No, I'm joking. I take everyone's feedback on board, and I'm going to play it anyway. Let's go. Hopefully it works.
You say I don't give you much of anything no more. That much you know. But you don't see the distance that I travel to keep you close to me. No, you don't. But you still don't get it, still won't see it. No, you see what I do. No, you see what I do. Is that you? Gon' be free then, gon' be free then. 'Cause I won't keep it, baby, I won't keep it, baby, no. I won't keep you, I'll ring the alarms if you keep persisting. but you still don't get it, still won't see it. No, you see what I do, no, you see what I do. It's that you game. We're gon' be free then, gon' be free then. 'Cause I won't keep it, baby, I won't keep it, baby, no. I won't keep you. I'll ring alarms, 'cause I keep regretting every time I chance on you.
It's quite a low bass. Thank you for listening to that. That is only the second time I've ever thrown one of my own in. Listening back now, though, actually, it's almost like there are two versions of that track. You could almost go a lot darker on it. But I like it being quite organic. I don't know. But yeah, the bass is low. It's there, but it's a bit low. Maybe I could bring it out more. Let's have a little look at the comments. Go easy, Captain. Where we at? Lovely vocal. Thank you very much. That's Javion, who's on the current DJ Marky tune. Nice flute. It's all about the flute. Foghorn needs a meow. Big foghorn or something. I hope this has a big gully bass. I was thinking that listening back. I was like, actually, could you go? But then I like that version, so it's almost like I've got to do two versions, isn't it? Just one switch up where it goes absolutely mental and dark, and then one nice musical version. Who's the vocalist? Definitely sign this one quick. Will do. Really like the bass, interesting beat. Thank you very much. Offbeat second snare. Yeah, it's a little drum pattern's a little different. Appreciate there's some very good comments here. Very nice comments. Thank you very much. Arch Origins in the house. Hello, mate. Future pop shit. Yeah. Flute maybe a tad too forward in the second drop. Okay, thank you. I will check that. Definitely I think the bass needs to come up. Guitar could come up more. Okay, interesting. Yep. Maybe bring the pan pipes out of the intro. What pan pipes? Okay, I'll have a little think about that. VIP version, yeah, we'll give it to Siren. Little cheeky remix. No, I don't think I've given out my tunes for remixes, actually. I think only once. Alright, let's do one more tune from the roulette wheel. There are two ways I can take it. It's the listening back. I did think I could go a bit hard. Upper harmonics, you're absolutely right about that. That is one thing I need to do, is duplicate the sub, distort it a little bit, bandpass it around 600 for anyone that's interested. Bring it back into the mix, compress it hard, bring it back into the mix with the original sub, so that, because I reckon anyone listening to that track on laptop speakers or speakers that don't have a lot of weight or bass probably didn't hear too much sub and it would have sounded low to you. Where in truth it's there, but you've got to have big speakers to hear it, and that's obviously not great for people on all speakers. So yeah, it just needs presence. Okay. Can confirm there wasn't much low end on my soundbar. If it ain't working on prospective soundbar, it ain't working. Right. Let's spin the wheel of fortune. Who is going to be last in the show? Ooh. I think my brother should send in a tune as well. I know he's watching. He makes some good shit. Send in a track for next week. Convex and Tread. Chalk. That's a good name for a track. That was Chalk by Convex and Tread. Nice, man. Very soothing liquid, I like to call that. That's like the a bit like that liquidity sound, etherwood sounding, if even. Needs a filter, man, on that piano. You know, that piano runs throughout the whole thing almost. I think you could filter it down, get super liquid on it. The sub is nice amount of weight. I thought the sub came through all right. I think maybe it needs another element, so I'd drop out that piano and maybe have little vocal samples, or get a vocalist involved, or even another instrument. There was even, in fact, you started to mess about with bringing a cello in, but you were quite timid with it. I felt like you could be more blatant, more obvious, maybe even pull out a lead with a cello. You know, be brave with it. Drums need some layers to fill in some of the gaps sonically. Maybe some shakers. Maybe take a nice break and chop it to match your pattern. And just sit it behind, just for some of the shuffle and some of the ghost snares, you know, things you get in breaks that you might not program. Very soothing. I think I've said that already. Yeah, that's all the comments I had. But nice, thank you for sending that in. Very relaxing that was. Let's have a little look at the comments. Wagwan in the chat. My trackpad stopped working. Okay. Where we at? This catches my eye just from the graphic. Fair. I think the bass pattern could play different notes. I think it was. Maybe it's all sub and no harmonics on the bass, so you couldn't hear it. By the way, love the hospital podcast. Thank you very much. The second note was similar to the first, but it did change note. Twitch keeps pitch shifting the stream. It does that. Twitch has a variable bitrate to try and handle the change in internet connectivity. So it can do that annoyingly. It changes pitch because the bitrate changes, and there's nothing. Everyone that uses Twitch has the same annoyance. I cannot resolve that. And I'm even running at 20 meg up speed, I think, so it should be perfectly fine from my end. The switch between the first and second bass tone has to be different. So maybe there needs to be a gap between them or something. Nice little cut, yeah. Not Flicker says, I'm not sure what exactly it is, but I'm not convinced on the kick in the drop. Okay. Yeah, I think the drums do need a bit of work. Lovely vibe, bass feels a bit straight. Yeah, you don't have to hold the bass note, I suppose. You could hold the bass or do a bass with a long release for half the 4 bars, whatever it was, and then bring in a little stab or something. You could be a bit more playful. That might change the vibe of the tune, though. Could do with a nice shuffle in the drums. Completely agree. A few old break layers, maybe. Yeah, completely agree. Would like to hear a chord switch up. Could mix the drums up a bit more. Beat is too steady. More variation, please. Not necessary breaks. I think the minimal beat fits very well. Breakdown's good. Yeah, some really good comments here. Definitely, if you're watching, have a little look at the comments. How long did it take you to become a credible producer? I don't know who that's aimed at. If it's aimed at me, I'm still not. So, and I've been producing for nigh on 20 years. On and off, granted, but still. Cool. Good stuff. Right. Yeah, so last thing, in terms of drum processing, I am this month doing a drum processing video, how I process my drums from start to finish, but it is on Patreon, so I know that's a bit of a sales plug, and I apologise, but for all the guys on here, and I know some of you are Patreon lot, I am going to be doing a little private video on how to process drums from start to finish, and I'm going to use a recent tune to show you. So all good. If you want to submit a tune, someone will hopefully give you a link, or message someone, or I will message me. We try and keep a limit on the Discord, but we'll do it. Yeah, leak it, Flickr, leak it. Leaking it's good, actually. It's a good way to get people in. Good tactics, mate. Stick it on torrents. Yeah, send your tune in on Discord, put it in the feedback channel, and then make it onto the list. There's loads here still to get through for next week. I'm going to try and get a guest. There's still about 30 here I've got to get through. I know I was going to get a guest this week, but I got too busy. So I'm going to try and get a guest feedbacker for next week. I don't know. I'm going to ask Kino, I think was the plan. And we'll see. We'll see if he says yes. Anyway, 20 years from the womb. No, I'm 34, so from about 14, 15, I started chopping up shit. So from a young age till now. So, but thank you for the compliment. I'll take it. Yeah, stay safe. Catch you all soon. Don't all go rushing to the pub on July the 4th. Take your time. Do you know what I mean? It's only shit lager that's got piss water in it anyway. So what are you so bothered about? Take your time. Have a proper drink like an adult. Have a whiskey. Don't go rushing into Weatherspoons because they're arseholes as well. They didn't pay their staff properly. So definitely don't go spoons if you're going to do it. And don't drink piss water lager for the sake of getting Corona. Have a whiskey and chill out. Peace. Take care. Next week.